I don't think that we understand as wives and mothers how important the food that we make for our families is to their social and spiritual and emotional well-being. Welcome home, everyone. I have a story to tell you, and I hope that you will take it in the spirit that it's given, because it's a very tender story to me. In the year 2007, my husband and I were serving in the Canada Toronto West mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And during that time, my mother fell ill. And so before I could really get home, my mother passed away. And after I had been home probably about 6 months, I went into the pantry, and way in the back, I found a pint of my mother's chili sauce. My mother would make enough chili sauce for our family to have chili sauce for the rest of the year, and for every neighbor to get a gift at Christmas time. And her chili sauce was the best chili sauce. And the smell that would fill the house let me know that I was home. So when I found that pint, I said goodbye to everybody that day. I set a place at the table for myself, and I set one for my mother. And when I smelled that chili sauce, I knew that my mother was there. And I sat and talked to my mother while I ate my scrambled eggs with my chili sauce. And I told her how influential she had been in my life and how much I loved her. And all of that was sparked because of chili sauce. I don't think that we understand as wives and mothers how important the food that we make for our families is to their social and spiritual and emotional well-being. That the smell of food cooking after a difficult day at school is so calming and so reassuring. I'm going to share something with you, and in order to do that, I'm going to kind of move this little place setting out of the way, and I'm going to pull in some of my favorite things. Oh, wow, keep going. Look at these. I mean, some of us were in college when we tried some of these out, and this is only the tip of the iceberg. My favorite ones are the ones that are family cookbooks, that are filled with pictures of the family and things that they've said, and I love those kinds of cookbooks. So I have welcomed a friend of mine in this morning, and I want you to meet her because she shares that same love of wonderful food. Karen?
Good morning.
Good morning. Look at these. How do you feel about cookbooks?
Oh, I love them. I used to read them for fun too.
I think the power to recall your childhood could depend on being able to read your mother's old recipes. And I think about the holidays that are connected with the recipes that we use. I cannot think about Thanksgiving without thinking about Grandma Jackman's sausage stuffing. So what do you remember from your cooking?
I have memories of walking into the kitchen and smelling some onions and peppers and celery sauteing, and I'd say, "Oh, Mom, it smells so good. What's for dinner?" She's like, "I don't know yet." And she would just start adding, and, very creative with 7 children and lots of rice and potatoes and things like that. But she was a great cook. In fact, I've asked her for her pot that she's always cooked in. It's missing a handle. It's the lid's epoxied on. It has dents in it. And I said, Mom, can I have that pan when you die?
That's actually a magic pan.
When I see that pan, I'll remember the pot roast, the pots of stew, the artisan bread she baked in that pan, and I'll remember my mom.
It says,
I love you.
I love you, and I've remembered you. And tonight we're going to have something wonderful. Because I wanted you to see this, I've asked Karen to do some of her magic. And while she's doing that, I want you to be thinking of those things which make home home, the smells, the sights that happen in a wonderful home that have something to do with food. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I wish you could smell this. It's really amazing. Okay, Karen, I would love you to tell us about these.
So these are the heart-shaped brownies. Really, it's just a square. You just cut a little square off of here and trim off the corners, and you've got a heart for Valentine's.
And this one, this is
the tea ring.
So this is amazing. That's the thing we need to understand. It's part of your love, and just because you don't think you're the best cook in the world, that has nothing to do with it. You need to fill your house with the wonderful smells of cinnamon and onions and chocolate, all the good things, and make your house a home by filling it with food.
And I have a friend in the neighborhood who makes cookies every Monday and has all of the kids in the neighborhood come over after school on Monday and have cookie day.
Because after all, isn't Monday a tough day?
This is for some breadsticks. Karen loves my breadsticks.
I love the breadsticks. I told her that if I could just smell the breadsticks baking today, that would be enough. I have watched her do this. She says you knead the dough until it is
as smooth as a baby's bottom. Because that's what my grandma told me.
Anyway, look at that gorgeous dough. And I can tell you that when that's baking, it will make the whole house smell wonderful. Cooking is a skill, and you can learn a skill.
Absolutely.
So, from the two of us to you, fill your home with your cooking. Tell your children you love them by preparing their food. And so just set aside some time and make your own food. It will save you an immense amount of money, and it will also fill your home with love.
Absolutely.
We love you, and I'm crazy about you. We sometimes talk about comfort food, but the biggest comfort is knowing that Mom made this food, and she made it because she loves you. And even when you think you might not be the best cook in the world, to your children, what you make is the best food. If you know somebody who either already has the food bug and loves to cook, or somebody who's scared to death about it and doesn't understand how important it is, please share this with them. Home has everything to do with food.